Good day, everyone. I'm here with Ron Rayfield. I'm Justine Dorn, and here we have a very luxurious, amazing casserole. It's not really a casserole by modern standards, but back then it was a casserole. This is back when casseroles were still kind of a young idea. The potatoes in it have been mashed and then they were baked in the oven, and that is what makes it a casserole. And we have lamb in it. As you can see, Ron's already started eating, and he told me it's really good.
It's very delicious.
I only have lamb maybe once every few years, so I'm excited. Okay, let's dig in.
All right.
Plate me up. Oh, I'm definitely... This one's going to be a keeper, I can tell already. Some of these historical dishes, it really is you and your luck. Some of them aren't that good. Some of them are strange. This one, though, I mean, what could possibly be bad about this? This is just good.
The mosquitoes are bad. They're buzzing in my ear.
Yeah, the bugs are really bad out, but we can't eat inside. We can't do it. Thank you. That's good to start. Because it's so hot. Let them know what temperature it is today.
It is about 100 degrees.
It's 100 degrees. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration. It really actually is 100 degrees outside today. So I think in the cabin it's probably 105 to 110 degrees.
Yeah.
With the cooking fire going on in there. Can you guess why we're not in there right now? I mean, this already is bad, but in there, oh my goodness.
If you don't believe us, you can look it up for St. Genevieve.
Yeah, look up the weather for St. Genevieve on the date that this goes out.
Well, let's say grace. This one didn't count. This was for a sample. It
that was a sample.
Wasn't the meal. It is your turn.
Okay, I will go ahead and say grace. Dear Lord, thank you for our health. Thank you for all the friends in our lives, including those who are listening to my voice right now, watching us. Thank you for Ron being in my life, my parents, and everyone watching us, the health of their families and all of their loved ones. Thank you for this food. Lord, thank you. Amen.
Amen.
This is a treat. I combined two different receipts together to make this one, because the one that I found for the casserole, it just was super vague about how to cook the lamb that's in it. And then I later found a recipe for how to cook a lamb for a casserole that was a few years after the other casserole receipt came out. So I thought, well, I'll just combine the two, why not?
Worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
And I've never had lamb before until this.
He's never had lamb because normally we can't afford it. Let's see.
I love it.
This is so good. Oh my goodness, this is a keeper. Oh yeah, this is a keeper right here.
And these crunchy or crusty golden mashed potatoes, whatever you want to call it, it's really good. Like the crusty.
I can't talk, sorry.
She made this in our new bake oven here.
Tell them about that.
So we made that a couple weeks ago. We decided to use lime as a mortar and use stone out of the creek here that's local to us. Back then they would have done that, or they could have made it with clay and sand, and they'd use long grass or hay for fibers to help hold it together.
It works.
It does.
This is the second one Ron's made.
Yeah, we made a little bitty one for a demonstration at Pioneer Days. This one's much bigger.
Tell them about the one at Pioneer Days, though. What makes it so unique?
So the one unique at Pioneer Days is that it was a portable oven. In the Revolutionary War, a man named Christopher Ludwig I believe he was German descent, and he was named the Baker's General. So he was in charge of all the baking for the Continental Army.
Which was a very important job, and you would have trained your whole life, and you had to take a test to become the Baker's General.
And they would, there was notes they written about ovens that were portable, and ovens that they just left behind that were made very crudely with just mud. They probably wouldn't have taken the time to put the sand and the fibers in it. They would have just built it with mud, used it, and then moved on. But there was permanent ovens that they had listed on wagons. So we made one on a cart, which was the best interpretation that we could do of that, and it was pretty neat.
And Ron made the cart too.
Yeah, I made the cart, made the oven.
Ron can do anything. It's crazy.
So that was a pretty neat project. It's very heavy. It's a little bitty thing. I need to get it off the cart. Dale and I are going to try to remove it here in the next week or so, because it's a lot of stress on those old wheels on that cart.
Dale being Candy's husband.
Yes.
And this lamb is cooked perfectly.
It is.
I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little bit of pink in it, just a little bit. So it's, what would you say, medium rare?
Yeah, medium rare, medium. It's good. There's no blood though. That's a thick bone in there.
Yeah, that's lamb chops. But this one's definitely a keeper.
Yeah, I hope so.
And you didn't have to make it with lamb if you didn't want to. It was just a suggestion in the receipt. It said you could also use pork or beef.
That would be good.
Or mutton. Just whatever you have.
I'm gonna have to go in deep here. Like on a chicken wing.
Yeah, because you want to get every little bit of meat off this.
The problem is the bone is like this. It's like a V. And your mouth won't fit there. That is good.
That is good. Heavy food for a hot day? Why not?
Yeah.
We're already so hot. Nothing can make it worse.
Comfort food is good on any day of the week.
This is true.
Hot or cold. That's why I call it comfort food. It comforts you. It makes you feel better.
This is true. I feel better.
And these are, did you tell me these are in breadcrumbs? So they
yeah.
have a little bit of a crust to them, which is really nice.
The lamb chops have been fried.
In butter.
Yeah, they were fried in butter. Not deep fried or anything like that.
Pan fried.
Yeah, just pan fried. And so the breading had cloves, mace, salt, and pepper. And I almost wonder if that's the reason why Ron is saying, because he told me earlier when he tried it, I asked him, so does it taste strange? Because some people don't like lamb. To some people it has almost a goat meat flavor. But this don't taste like that at all. I've never had lamb that tasted like this before. This tastes like beef.
Yeah, I don't notice anything different. And it didn't smell it. Usually, if goat, I've tried goat, it smells goaty.
Yeah,
so
I don't like goat meat.
If it smells that way, it tastes that way. This didn't smell that way, so it doesn't taste that way.
Right. Every lamb I've ever had in the past has had a gamey flavor to it. I told Ron, because I was mentally preparing him for eating this dish, because he's never had lamb before, because we could never afford it. And I've only ever had lamb once in my life before this day. I told him, it's kind of like if you took a deep breath in a barn, you know, that kind of gamey, almost like a touch of farm manure. Right, I didn't want to say it, but that's really what eating lamb was the last time I had it. I don't know if it was just prepared wrong or what, because this does not taste like that at all. This tastes like beef. I mean, there's no gaminess to it at all. It's like if I really, really focus, I can tell, okay, this isn't quite 100% like beef. There's a little something to it, but it's not bad. But you really have to focus to get that, because otherwise it just tastes like really good beef.
Yes.
Really good, expensive beef.
Speaking of the heat, we also made kind of a very primitive outdoor kitchen
Yes.
for this summer. A couple of these times we'll use it when it's really, really hot.
Right.
So if it keeps us up, you might see us out here the next time.
Right. So far, this has been a really hot summer.
So we got the bake oven right here, as you can see, and then behind Justine, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little rock formation for a little cooking fire pit, and a griddle, and a area to hang pots and stuff. So we're prepared.
We could have used it today, but I'm a creature of habit. I'm stubborn. I didn't trust it, and I didn't want to ruin this dish because it's not often that you get lamb. So I didn't want to ruin it.
Understandable. So this is a pricey dish.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to loosen a couple of my buttons down here on these pants.
How many more of these lamb chops do you think you're gonna eat?
How many's left? One big one left.
Only one left?
Well, I ate 1, 2. You got 2 you're working on there.
Yeah, this is the second one I'm working on.
We had 6, 5, 6.
Wow. Between the two of us, can we eat 6 lamb chops?
Oh yeah.
Wow. We're surrounded by chickens right now. They just like to hang out with us. They follow us everywhere we go. If we leave the cabin door open, they stand in the cabin doorway and watch us. Oh, that's good.
Very good. So I had an idea. They played outdoor games back then, like croquet. That goes really far back. Maybe we could play that
Someday.
You guys like croquet? Am I saying it right? Is it croquet or croquet?
I'm too poor to know. I feel like that's an upper class game. I've never played it. Too poor to know.
What was the other one? 9 pins. It's like outdoor bowling.
Oh yeah, I have
fun.
played 9 pins.
That one's fun. Maybe we can play that.
You just have 9 wooden pins, put them on a flat place outside so they stand up, and then you roll the ball to it.
Basically bowling.
Basically.
The grandfather of bowling.
Yes, I agree.
I also read they had golf back then.
Really?
Yeah. Not so much like it is today, but the object of the game was to have the ball on the ground and hit it with some kind of a stick with a head on it that, you know, didn't look like a golf club like today.
Oh, that's not golf.
What do they call it?
I don't know what they call that. Isn't that what the first game you just said?
No, that one you
hit it with a stick?
That's a hammer, and you got to go through these hoops. That's
oh, okay, because that's
croquet.
what I was picturing when you said the shape of the mallet.
Yeah.
Again, I'm too poor to understand. We have no time for sports.
So I'm gonna research some of these, and maybe we can play them.
That'd be fun.
Or if y'all have any better ideas, let me know.
Yeah.
There's meat on here. I don't know how to get it off. Alright. I'm gonna chicken wing it.
Yeah. It's so good, he's trying to get every little bit off.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't believe it. There's one left. And I just finished my one. So that means I'm gonna do it. Sorry. It's first come, first serve out here. That's perfectly pink inside. I feel like most of the lamb flavor is in the fat. That's how it is for most animals, though.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Especially wild animals. Like some people, they don't like eating venison, but if you remove most of the fat from it, that's the part that has the gamey flavor that most people don't like. I mean, it don't bother me at all, but some people don't like it. What are you chewing?
You didn't see nothing.
Hey.
You got meat on them other bones.
Barely. I don't... Barely.
Pass them over. I'll clean them up.
Here, Ron's getting the bones.
Yeah, that's where the flavor's
This one really don't have any meat on it.
Okay, this one's covered meat. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Okay, maybe that part don't have any.
See?
It's just breading.
Yeah, it's breading.
False hope. Why are so little? I feel like
A Viking
yeah, somebody
eating our meat like this. But it's one of those things where you just have to dig in.
Whip and tear.
Hmm.
Then you got a napkin today.
All we got left are some common potatoes.
That's alright. I'll eat them. Come to me. The gravy's really good too. You did a good job on it. Nice and thick, not too salty.
Yeah, not too salty. We don't like salty food.
Yeah, I hate salt pork. Not a fan of it.
Some people watch our videos and they say she added way too much salt. No! You guys don't know what it's like working in a restaurant. You think my hand is heavy? You should see how it is at a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times as much salt goes in your food. You just don't know because you're not the one who made it and you're not the one who saw it. But usually there's so much more salt in your food than you realize to give it some flavor.
Back then they had a taste for it. I came across a piece that said they were so used to salt pork that they would order a piece of pork that was fresh with extra salt, so it was familiar to them, so they were used, you know, the way Mom used to make it.
Yeah.
If their mom always did salt pork and all they had was fresh pork at the tavern that they were going to, and they wanted it to taste like home,
we don't want fresh.
they'd have it taste salt. That's just the way they were raised and their palate was.
Yep. That's how you preserve meat. Salt it, crock it, usually with salt, or dry it.
Or smoke.
Or smoke it. Usually with salt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be full though.
It's the potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into a potato coma.
Well, it cannot be said we haven't had protein today.
All these bones.
It looks like we have a lot on our plate, but it's mainly bones.
I turned my back on the mushroom ketchup today.
Oh no.
I forgot to use it. I'm tempted.
I have like 1 bite left on this. Do you want it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Let it not be said I do not love this man. Even though he gets my scraps.
Here we go. That's it. Okay, I thought it was empty there for a second.
That would have been sad.
Alright. The tanginess. Oh man.
It is tangy. If we can describe the flavor of mushroom catsup, it barely tastes like mushrooms, first of all. I mean, me personally, I don't really taste mushrooms in it. It's, in modern terms, it tastes like A1 steak sauce, a really watery A1 steak sauce with a touch of Worcestershire.
That's pretty good.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Pretty much that's what it tastes like. It's this tangy, a little salty, I don't know. It's but it don't taste like mushrooms. I feel like people imagine that it just tastes like if you put mushrooms in a jar of water and let it sit in your cupboard for a month. No, it don't taste like mushrooms at all. It don't taste like that. It tastes like steak sauce.
Yeah.
And that's what they put on everything back then. I mean, you know it's good if it was popular for at least 200 years. You know it's good.
I mean,
things today come and go after 10 years.
It's 2022 and we're still raving about it.
It's 2022?
Oh, I mean...
Man, how long have I been asleep? Oh my gosh. Man, that was a long nap. Well, we're gonna finish up our meal here. You guys, thanks so much for watching. You take care and try to stay cool depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.